What's up, Cowboy Nation? Steve Leslie, YSNLive.com. Player profile sponsored by Hackett's here. Dan Hackett cannot thank him enough for all he does to support the Chaney Cowboys. Going to enjoy being here weekly here at Hackett's on Thursday night, interviewing Coach Antrim and obviously some of the Cowboys all week. Proud to be joined in player profile by Jason Hewlett. Jason, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Jason Hewlett. That's a big-time name, Hewlett.
Yes,
your dad was a big-time player. I know your brothers were players. I guess let's talk about your family a little bit and how important they are to where you're at in this football journey.
Yeah, my family is a huge, big football family. My brother played for Mooney, and my dad played for Rand. And my little brother right now, he's a sophomore. He played for Chaney. Yeah, it's a big part of my life. My dad had us playing young. He started me at the age 6, so I've always been growing up playing football.
How special is that on a game night? I know your brothers obviously get to watch you play. You're playing a game. You're talented. How special is that for you to see your family in the stands supporting what you love to do?
Man, it's so special seeing all my family come out to watch me play, especially that my dad, a coach, and my big brother come to every games and stand on the sideline, and I get to play with my little brother. It means the world to me, and I love the support.
With Jason Hewlett, Chaney Cowboys player profile. Let's talk Dad. How is Dad on a football field as a coach? The coach-dad-Jason relationship. Talk about that a little bit. Tough love, I'm sure.
Definitely tough love because he see more than me, what anybody else see than me. So he pushed me harder. Even if I have a great game, he still makes sure to point out the stuff I did wrong so I can correct it and be even better the next.
Well, shout out to your dad. Shout out to your whole family for supporting you through this journey. Senior year. Going to the University of Cincinnati. I love it.
Yes,
Coach
sir.
Fickle
Yes, sir.
is a very good guy. You're going to go play at the University of Cincinnati, one of the most talented upcoming football programs in the nation. What sold Cincinnati for Jason Hewlett?
Family vibe. Once I got hurt last year, a lot of colleges pulled back on me, but since he's told me, like, we want you. We love your game. We love who you is all and off the field. We love who you is in the classroom. So I got the family vibe just like I got at Chaney, and it just made the choice a lot easier.
How special is that for you to know? And we're going to talk about the injury a little bit. You miss a year. It's got to be special when you see them go to the playoffs, Final Four, and know that Coach is honoring his commitment and still thinks that your career is going to be phenomenal there, which I do too. That's got to be special for you to know Cincinnati still wants a part of Jason Hewlett's life.
Yes, sir. I think that's amazing. They're a top 4 team in the country. Well, we're a top 4 team. And I think we was one of the best defenses. I think we was the best defense in college football last year.
I want to say they had, 3 or 4 drafted
yes,
in the top 2 or 3 rounds, which someday hopefully hear your name. With Jason Hewlett, let's go back to last year. Injury, terrible. I don't want to see that happen to anybody, and unfortunately, that's football is. How hard was that for you last year after your injury to know how talented and what you mean to your teammates, the football team? How hard was that for you?
Man, it was very hard. That was the first time in my life where I couldn't fall back on football to help me, and it really hurt a lot, but I had great people and great teammates in my life that made it a lot easier. So it hurt, but I think I needed that to get my mind right and get my mental right, because I always had the physical gifts and the ability to play football, but I never really had my mental right.
Okay.
So I think that held me back a little bit.
That's a great answer. You look fantastic.
Thank you.
How are you health-wise? You feel good?
100%. Best shape of my life. Legs stronger than ever. Body stronger than ever. I feel great.
So you talked the mental approach. I love that. Is that the biggest thing that you were able to learn while you were off?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Not being able to play football, you got to do a lot of other things to get your mind right. Yes, schoolwork.
How important is schoolwork? And there's a lot of young kids, I'm sure, listening that want to be Jason Hewlett. And a lot of your buddies, it's a talented football team. You're getting an opportunity to go get an education from one of the greatest institutions in college football and play.
Yeah, schoolwork is very important. Like, freshman year, I really didn't believe in it.
Right.
I didn't really want to do it, but once I got hurt, that really made me realize, like, football is secondary. Yes, it's secondary. You're a student athlete, so you got to take care of the books first. So my grades skyrocketed, and I got straight A's last year, and that was a big part of me. And the coaches made sure they congratulated me and told me, like, that's the best thing.
Right now. That is what you have to have. That's the best thing that anybody can do. Your grades will take you wherever you want. We at YSN are awful proud to cover Chaney football and awful proud of you going to go play for University of Cincinnati. We can't wait for that. So congrats. I'm going to call you like Slash because wide receiver, running back, at some point, probably going to line up a quarterback. I don't know if Coach Antrim likes me saying all that. Do you like moving around? It has to be tough on a defense. I said, do you like moving around offensively?
Yes, I like moving around offensively just because nobody's going to truly know what we're doing.
Sure.
And it's a lot more stuff we can do with me at receiver right now. And we got a young quarterback in Matt Jones.
Matt Jones is a very good one.
He's a great player. He's really special. So it's a lot of things we can do now that's going to open up the field and help us get a lot more wins.
How special is that? Waller, Matt Jones, you, Jawan, we're going to talk to. There's some talented football players.
We got a lot of talent. We got a lot of talent people don't know. Jaheim, we got JJ, we got Brown, we got a lot of other guys. So we going good on good at practice, and we're playing the best every day at practice. So when we get in the game, like, we know we play the best at practice. So we're not going to underestimate nobody or anything like that. But we know, like, if we can beat each other at practice, we can beat anybody.
Sure. Those practices have to be some physical ones for sure, and some
athletic
ones for sure. And those are good. You go to Poland last week. That's not an easy place to play. And Poland's one of those programs that's been up top for years. Make the playoffs. You go over there. I was a little surprised at the score. I thought it would be a close game going to the wire. I kind of think that should be more of a credit to the Chaney Cowboys and not a slam to the Poland Bulldogs. I think Poland is going to continue to get better and win some football games. And I think you guys kind of open up some eyes in the area that this football team could be really good. This is only a start. Talk about that.
Yes, sir. Poland is a very good team, very disciplined, very special. But I feel like we're special too, and we're very disciplined now. Like, a lot of people write us out because they don't think we're disciplined or sound. We're not a sound football team, but we're just proving everybody wrong. Nobody had Chaney to win that first game or blow Poland out.
Sure.
So it was very special at the end of the game, but we got a lot more games and we're locked in, loaded.
I want to ask you this, and I want you to answer this honestly. As the leader of this football team, Jason, that has to bother you a little bit when people hear you and say they're not disciplined, they're not this, they're not good kids. I'll argue that with anybody. I love one of the things I do. I get to go a lot of places. I have always enjoyed coming over to Chaney and talking to guys like you. Clive, last year, I enjoyed big time, and he's over at Boston College doing his things.
Yes, sir. Shout
out Clive for sure. Does that bother you when you hear that? Because you're a guy that does it in the classroom, gets an opportunity, and plays in the West Side for a community that loves football. Does that bother you when people say, yeah, they're not disciplined?
I'm not going to lie. It did bother me at first. On the outside looking in, you can say whatever you want to say, but everybody that knows us personally knows that we're good kids and we're good in the classroom too. We got a lot of players and students in our school going full ride O-State just for academics.
Sure.
And people say we're like the lower in academics, but we just feel like you can get an education and succeed anywhere. And we keep that chip on our shoulder. We're from Youngstown, so we know nobody's going to be on our side. So we just keep fighting and we worry about ourselves and what we can control at the end of the day.
Well, I love that answer by you. And I wish this whole football team nothing but success on the field and in the classroom. I know it will be done. Coach Antrim is back.
Yes, sir.
Coach Emil, I coached. Those guys put in a lot of time with you guys. And you know, I use tough love a lot. Yeah, there's tough love. There's no doubt. But I always say from a coaching standpoint, if someone's not giving you tough love and pushing you, then they really don't care about you. Talk about Coach Antrim and what it means for him coming back for this group.
Man, Coach Antrim was there my freshman and sophomore year. When he left for Borman.
Did it hurt?
It hurted, but I understood. Like, it's a better opportunity for him.
Sure.
And I knew it, so I really didn't hurt me as bad. But I love Coach Antrim. He's a great guy. He came in, and we bonded right away again because he family at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
When I got hurt, he was one of the first people that texted me.
I remember that.
He's just a great guy. He's just a great guy.
Coach Antrim is one of the best. I remember the night that you got hurt. I was texting him, and he was one of those guys that was down in the dumps, as we all were at YSN. with Jason Hewlett, player profile sponsored by Hackett's here on Mahoning Avenue. Great food. Come on out. I'm going to help myself a little bit after this. I can't thank Dan Hackett and Hackett's enough for sponsoring the Chaney Cowboys and helping us at YSN every Thursday night promote Chaney football. Boardman, when I say Boardman Spartans, what pops into your head?
A disciplined team.
Right.
Me personally, this is a big game for me. I know it's a big game for Coach Seth, but I'm taking this like any other game. We're taking every game like state. We're not going to underestimate these guys, but I know if we go out there and do what we're supposed to do,
sure,
we're
talented.
Blow them out.
Ortiz is a good running back.
Yes, sir. Great guy.
I think, skill and athleticism against maybe a little more power style. What's your favorite to play? What is Cincinnati recruiting you? Yeah, offense or defense? Or are they defense?
Linebacker, safety, hybrid.
Is that what you like to do, defense or offense?
I like defense.
So Jason Hewlett's telling me instead of breaking 165 yards, you'd rather knock somebody back 4 yards in the backfield. That's what you're telling me?
Yes, sir.
Well, that fits the University of Cincinnati to a T. He fits that hybrid. I want to that's a good football program. And I met Coach Fickle at a United Way function with Bob Hannon, and he had a lot of great things to say about you as a person and football in this area. I want to ask you, I think Northeast Ohio, I'm not even going to say that. I think the Mahoning County gets disrespected in high school football. What are your thoughts when I say that? There's some good football players in this county.
Yeah, there's a lot of good players and great players that came here before and is still coming. We get underestimated, but that's what we like. We like getting underestimated because we put an extra chip on our shoulder and make us work even harder. So it's great for us. Keep underestimating us.
I love your answers. I really do. All right, new stadium turf. How sweet is that going to be to play at home?
It's great because they was talking about turf my freshman year.
Now you're a senior, so
now
at
I'm
least
a senior and we finally got it, so we get to experience it a little bit. We played on it for a scrimmage. And it was
How was
great
that?
Turf.
Yep.
It was great turf. It was beautiful. It was nice and soft, and we just humbled that we got it.
Do you understand? And I mean, I know you guys are young. Rand Stadium, the history.
Yes, sir.
I know your dad probably talked to you about, like, when I was a little kid, that stadium and South Stadium that was the place to be on Friday night. I know your family's talked about that. Your brother at Cardinal Mooney, they used to play at South till they went over to WashU. For you as a senior to see that stadium looks completely different.
Looks completely different. When my dad was playing, man, he'd tell you stories about what he used to do. And, you'd be like, man, you wasn't doing all that. But when he
was doing it, trust me.
When you actually go out and they talk about what he was doing, man, he was special.
Yes, he was.
I look up to that, and that field, man, is amazing.
Well, good for you.
It's
well-deserved. Chaney Cowboys will play on the turf for their first home game here in a couple weeks. We're going to play rapid fire. I'm going to ask you a question. There's no wrong answers. Just a couple quick questions. I'm going to start with you. You're going over to Boardman Friday night. You're on the turf. I know the headphones, the earbuds, the iPods. What's Jason Hewlett listening to Friday night to get yourself ready to play?
Young Boy, Rod Wave, Lil Papa, Lil Durk. I listen to it.
All right, let's review these. Young Boy, Lil Papa. I'm like a 60s and 70s classic guy. No, I've heard that. Does that get you going?
Yeah, but you got to start off the day. I ride with my dad to every game.
Okay.
To the school.
So how do you start the day? Let's go that route.
We get in the car. He listens to Ice Cube. Good day.
Ice Cube's a good dude.
I like that song.
Okay.
After that song get off, I need the aux cord.
You need your aux cord.
I need my aux cord because he be listening to all the old stuff.
But that's how we roll as younger guys.
That's how you roll, though. I need to get a little.
I love those answers. Those are good answers. So you better have that on Friday night. You a water guy or a Gatorade guy on game night?
Water guy.
Water? How important is water?
Very important. Last game, I didn't drink enough throughout the week. I drank
Coach, you didn't drink enough water last week?
I was cramping up a lot. I ain't drinking enough.
Does he have water sitting over there here at Hackett's? Yes, he does. Okay.
So I'm making sure I drink a lot of water this
week.
All
right. I think I know the answer to this one, but I'm going to ask it anyways. Jason Hewlett's favorite college football team is?
Cincinnati.
Okay. You better say Cincinnati. I think they open next week.
Yes.
Will you get a chance to go? That's probably hard to do in season.
I'm probably going to go to the first game, a few more after. I just love going to the games and seeing.
That's a great stadium, a great atmosphere.
Great atmosphere, great fans.
Absolutely. All right. You have a favorite pro football team?
Pro football team, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, Jason. Coach Antrim, I can't believe how many Steeler fans that I talk to on a weekly basis. I'm Brown, so I'm in trouble because I don't know if Jacoby Brissett's that guy or not. We're going to find out here real fast.
I guess we is.
How about Chaney High School? Give a shout out to someone that's helped you so much. Maybe your favorite class or your favorite teacher at Chaney High School.
Shout out Miss Faison. I had her freshman year. She left after my freshman year, but she made sure she stayed in touch.
Okay.
And I just love her.
Well, shout out to you for all you do. You've turned this fine man into a better man in school, academically, going to the University of Cincinnati. That's a great answer. Role models when you play football. College and pro are so big. Is there someone Jason Hewlett tries to take his game to be like?
I really don't have no NFL role models. Okay. I like players, but my role model has always been my big brother. Like watching him play, we got a little competition. We say who was better in high school. I think it's me, of course. He thinks it's him. So he pushed me harder. But he's my number one fan at the end of the day, and I love that. He supports me no matter what I do. And he's just been a great big brother throughout the years.
Well, big brothers are the best. Shout out to your big brother.
Shout out Jalen Hewlett.
Jalen Hewlett, I'm going to tell you this right now. That was a bad man on a football field.
I know. I used to get turned going to his games when I was younger.
Okay, so the standards are high. I guess my question off of that, how is he with you after a game? Does he critique you pretty good where it helps, I guess?
He critique me worse than my dad. He'll tell me good job during the game, but after the game, he won't say I made a special play. He'll let me know when I did something wrong. He'll let me know if I got juked or something like that. If I let up a 5-yard pass, 2-yard pass. If I make somebody fumble, he'll say, you ain't hit him hard enough.
That's stuff like that. That's what big brothers do.
But I love it.
Well, I love it too. Shout out to him. Here's what we're going to do, Coach. We're going to have Jalen Hewlett come in later on in the season. We're going to have a sit down because I got to watch a lot of him at Cardinal Mooney. I'm going to be the deciding factor on who I think the best player is. Right now, it's really close. Senior year.
Yes, sir.
We talk goals all the time, and sometimes I think goals are put them aside. It's a week by week thing. But for you as a senior, what's Jason Hewlett's goals? Not for you. I think I've got to know you well enough. This isn't all about Jason Hewlett. This is about the guys you play with, the team that you want to help those guys get to where you are. I know Waller's going to Toledo. There's a lot of guys that are going to be recruited this football season because how good you guys are. How do you want this football season to go for this group?
I want this football season to go. Take every week serious. Take every week like it's state. Make it the playoffs. Make a deep run. And hopefully we get the opportunity to go to state and showcase what we really are. We know if we keep our heads up straight and we keep going forward and getting better day by day, nothing can stop us from going there. So we just got to stay disciplined and make sure we don't fold on each other. And if we got a problem with each other, let's talk it out.
Absolutely.
Ain't no need to fight. Ain't no need to do all that. Let's talk it out, fix the problem, and get on with our day.
Well, on behalf of myself and all of us at YSN, I can't thank you enough for being a part of the senior profile. Impressed where you're at as a student athlete. To me, is the most impressive thing to be able to take dreams. Let's be honest. A lot of kids dream about playing college football, never get a chance to. You're going to live out that dream.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Can't thank Mr. Hackett, Dan Hackett, enough for all he does here at Hackett's. And I know how proud the West Side is to have Chaney football back. West Side, you got yourself a good one here, Jason. Best of luck Friday night, and
Thank you.
Go get W number 2.
Yes, sir. 2-0. Let's go.